Hey Swing Trader, Snacks here. I want to talk about a subject, or really a question I get all the time, and that is, how much money should I start with? And I'm going to come across maybe in a way that you don't really want to hear, but it's the truth, and it's what I wish that someone told me when I was getting started, or at least when I was in a phase of really spinning my tires for years. And I was thinking too much about what I could make, right? And so my answer to that question, I'm really trying to get into a phase where I can just answer it more directly with the truth. And I feel that the truth is you're asking the wrong question, okay? I'd like to suggest that you maybe avoid thinking in those terms as you begin, or as you are still looking for profitability. The right question to be asking is, do you have an edge? Do you have data showing that you can execute it? Start with what you've got. You need to put real money on the line. Okay, paper trading can only take you so far. You need to see how you handle your emotions when you're real money, your real hopes and dreams. Your capital is out there at risk, right? That's going to be a whole different ball game than paper trading. But again, start with something with some real money and see if you can keep it, guys. Again, do you have an edge? Do you have an edge that has a probability over time to be profitable? Okay, that's not very hard to find. There's dozens of profitable models out there, right? I can teach you 6 that I trade to make over, well over 150% this year. I'm over 170, on track to do over 200% account gain, tripling my account, right? But the point here is start with something, okay? And then be realistic, right? Think in terms of percentage gains, not some dollar amount. And also consider what would be meaningful to you. Would $5,000 a year, would that matter to you? Would an extra $5,000 a year matter to you? Could that pay some bills, right? Probably. 50, what is your number? I can't just give a general, you need 10 grand to start. What are your goals? What are you looking for? What is a percentage gain? What is a amount of money where a certain percentage gain would move the needle for you? Okay, I don't know what that's going to be. That's something you need to get real with yourself. Okay, if you follow me and the way that I trade, I think it's very realistic that you can make 50% a year, okay? Easily. I'm gonna do over 200. I'm not smarter than you, right? I just know how to control myself. I know that I have an edge that works, and I control myself and I stick to it. I don't overexpose, okay? I control myself and I execute. I'm mechanical. If this, then that. I pull the trigger, right? Can you do that? Stop asking people if you have enough money. Stop asking for permission. Stop asking for validation without data that you don't even have yet. Get in the game and start swinging the bat, okay? Prove to yourself that you can execute a model consistently and stick to it when you go into drawdown, okay? You don't change the whole strategy just because you take a couple losers, right? That's what you need to be worrying about, all right? Get in there, paper trade if you need to start with that. Go and put some money at risk, put some capital at risk, and see how you perform in drawdown. That's what matters most, okay? The answer of how much you need to start is anything. Get started, start building your data, start building your confidence, okay? Start building your own personal validation that you will execute when you see the trigger, okay? That you will swing the bat, all right? It doesn't matter what you put into the market. Can you keep it, okay? And can you grow it? Can you outperform the market? Figure that out first. And that starts with any amount of money, okay? That is my point. Get in the game, swing the bat, and start building your data and proving to yourself that you can execute, all right? Stop worrying about numbers in the future and your hopes and dreams. We all want more. It is what it is. That's why we're in the market. We see opportunity, okay? I'm fascinated by the market. I think that it is the best wealth building opportunity there is on this planet. You probably agree. You probably see the opportunity to compound capital in these markets, okay? But that doesn't matter if you can't execute. It doesn't matter if you can't stick to the plan, all right? Start figuring that out first, okay? Build your edge, become mechanical, become a robot, get bored with trading, all right? If you're still excited about this and you want to try all these new things, you're not there yet and you're probably going to lose money, all right? It is what it is. I was there for years. I spun my tires for years. And then I realized, man, there's one thing that I do really well. That is the one part of my portfolio that always seems to go up. And then I quit all the other stuff and I only do it. Can you get there? Can you get to where you will execute and ignore everything else? Ignore the Lambo boys, ignore the AI, ignore the frickin' new indicator and auto traders and all this stuff out there, right? Pick a model and stick to it. and then build your data, and then put what you're comfortable losing. Every trade that I take, I don't care if I lose. I literally enter my trades and built off of my risk profile. I am 1000% okay with the fact that I might lose all of this trade. All of the capital I put into this trade, I might lose it. I don't let that happen, but like, I'm okay with it. I'm not in control. We are not in control. The market is in control. The best we can do is work with probabilities, okay? That's what we're doing. We have a model that has a probability of winning over time, of outperforming the market over time. It does, by a lot, okay? But none of that matters if you don't stick to it. So get in the game with whatever you can and start to see how you manage pressure, how you manage capital. Can you stick to the game plan, and can you manage risk? Because without that, I don't care what you put in. If you can't control yourself, okay, the market is going to take whatever you put into it. That's a fact, all right? The market is ruthless. You're trading against the most ruthless money managers, the most sophisticated algorithms on this planet. And you want to step into that without data first, okay? With just a hope and a dream, they're going to bend you over, okay? I wish somebody was real like this with me. There's so much Lambo boy out there, and there's so much noise on the internet that it gets these people thinking incorrectly, right? Do what matters, get some freaking data, prove to yourself you can execute, and then put some money on the line, all right? And start to see how you feel that. And if you want somebody to take your face and shove it into a process that does work, then I have started doing a 60-day boot camp. Jump into the one coming or the one coming after. I'd love to have you, and I will give you an edge that you can execute for the rest of your life. All right, thanks guys.